So, um, I was not planning to go live today. I actually was recording a video, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I got tired of talking, trying to explain everything else. I'm just gonna go live, and if they got questions, they can ask then. And I'm gonna just go through this whole thing, and I have to worry about editing and all that kind of stuff, which I always do when I record videos. So I'm here, y'all. I'm here. And hello to those who join. Praise the Lord, Jana. Why I feel Jana, you know what? Seeing your name pop up just reminded me of something else I gotta do. or one of us. And you probably gonna figure it out when I say that. But hello everybody. I see people here. Wait a minute. I'm missing comments because oh gosh. This let me pull up my chat. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all, I had a great day. It got a little rocky at the end. My job, praise the Lord. But listen, I handled it. I let some grace sit on top of it. Hi, Susan. Welcome. I told the Lord, you can have it. Praise Him. And I am packed and ready to go for the most part. I still have to just pack some of my toiletries, which are the things that I'm going to use it before I actually go to bed. So that's the only thing, y'all. That is the only thing I gotta do. And I jumped on here because I wanted to share with you all. Um, because why am I going somewhere? And I didn't talk about the first time I went before I go. And what I don't want to do is accidentally mix the two trips with you all. So, anyways, I'm here to talk about last year's trip and answer any questions you may have around, what I plan to do differently this year or what just in general what I plan to do in Tokyo this year. And y'all, the only reason it's taking me so long is because I'm trying to figure out what my chat is on this tablet. Hold tight. I thought it was, I literally am looking at it, but it won't let me open it. So I don't know. Let me close it, come back in. That's what I used to do to Nintendo. You just shut the whole game off when you lose and then come back. And then it works. Kinda. Here we go. See? I knew it. Now I can see comments. Hey y'all. Okay, so my goal tonight is to share with you oops. Hold on. Need to turn my light up on my phone. I want to share with you all what I journaled for last year's trip because when I come back, I'm not even focusing on this anymore. This is 2024 trip, which I went to last year around the same time. And I'm grateful to God to have the opportunity to do this again. I also just thought about the fact that I did not tell Talia I was going live, and she's going to have a fit. But I'll just send her the link. Hey, Lucy girl. Good to see you, sis. Okay, so what you're looking at on the screen right now is my TN from last year. I actually purchased this after I got back from the trip because I did not know they were coming out with the Tokyo TN until after, and I just thought it was perfect because that was the focus of the trip. And so I got this. Oh no, no stationary. Well then they're not central. Oh my goodness. It was called Tokyo Central. Where do you live, Susan? Um, so when I got this, it sold out real quick, real fast. I accidentally brought two. And I um now know what I'll do with the second one. Everybody kept saying just resell it. I didn't want to do that, and so I still own it. And my decision has been to use the second Tokyo 10 for this year's trip. So I'll have a 2024 and a 2025. Praise the Lord. Okay, so the outside of this, I just wanted to show you real quick. I got some a little origami charm, and then I also have a sakura or a cherry blossom charm, and then oh wow, oh, I got remind me to say something about California Susan. And then this was a my last yen that I had. I believe this is 5 cents. That had it. They have the 5 cent yen has a hole in it. I'm saying 5 cent yen. That's not what it's called, y'all. It's not called 5 cent yen. Don't tell nobody that. But because I had a hole in there, I stuck it on the string. I brought it back from Japan. I thought it was the perfect thing to add to the cover. So, anyways, going to the inside. I'm just going to kind of talk briefly about the inside, y'all. I don't want to go through every single little thing unless you have a question about something specific that you see. But first, I just want to show you why I'm not talking about every single little thing. This is why, y'all, because it's a lot of stuff in this tin. I like my little charms I put on the side. My little fan here, I got that from Coco Daisy. And then this little crown charm I've had, or clip I have had forever. I just like them hanging off the side like that. But anyways, y'all, here we go. Here we go. Me too, Susan. I love charms. They make all that noise. I like noise. I used to wear bracelets that made noise, and you know, as I've gotten older, I just don't even have the energy to put them on anymore. But I got this folder insert from the Traveler's Factory when we went to Japan last year. And all I have used this for is it sits in the front of this TN is all the extra stuff. So all my extra receipts, flight tickets that I didn't use in the journaling, all that stuff is sitting in this pouch. And then in the front, this is what the post office boxes look like in Japan. And I got this postcard from Rainbow Holic as a part of one of my Patreon gifts. And she sends these every month. And so I have a lot of these. This was the only one that was like plain and it had the Japanese writing at the bottom. So I included it in the front. I thought that was a great cover. And then this is the insert that actually came with the cover of the TN. And it's perfect, right? It has all these symbolic things representing Tokyo. A lot of them I actually participated in. Traveler's Factory. Let's see, I had some ramen. I went to Sensoji Temple. We rode the train. I ate some sushi. I saw, this is also a part of Sensoji Temple. Here's that post office box. Like, I don't want to go through all of it, y'all, but I can relate to the images now that I see on the cover of this tent. So that's really cool. And then on the inside, it has a spot. Let me make sure y'all can see real good. Hold tight. I want to zoom in as much as possible without messing up, okay, the quality of what you're seeing. And oh, I need my monsters back. Look at my monsters. This is my traveling monster and my Japanese monster. So, anyways, the very first page of the insert asks for your favorite places, food, and then you had the opportunity to write in your own favorite at the bottom. So I did that. You're going to hear about it as I talk about it in the actual pages. And then on the next page, which I always struggle, y'all, and listen, I'm one of the people that's highly encouraging other people to just go for it in their art, go for it in their journaling. But when it gets to those first 2 pages of a journal or an insert, I often don't know what to put there. So it is very common to find in my books, journals, all of that, just something really basic like this. So I found this really large Tokyo sticker, and I just put it right over across the 2 pages, and that's all I needed there. It's just like it's like an introduction to my TN. And so what I did was I have a format, and this might help some of my friends who are going on the trip. I know I got a couple that watch my videos. Esther, there's a couple of people that come here and walk away with some ideas. And so I know that we're all going to be journaling after our trip next week. And so I have a formula. The first page is a full page sticker of like something from that day. So let me start with, I have 6 tabs. Those were the 6 full days that we were in Tokyo. And so each tab represents that day's section. And so the start of that section is a full page sticker of like one of my favorite photos from that day. along with where I was at the bottom, the temperature, the time the sun rose and set, and I use an app to create this template. So after printing that out with sticker paper, I just covered the whole page. And then here you'll see this is day one. This is me leaving Baltimore and going to Tokyo. And I included my flight tickets. I did some journaling from the plane here on the back of this. And then also, my mother sent me a text that really touched my heart. So I printed that out and journaled about it underneath. And so in this insert, throughout the insert, there are a lot of flips and pulls and all that because y'all standard is a small size. And so I had so much I wanted to document, and so I had to make things flip and dip and all that in this book so that I could incorporate as much as possible. And so this is pictures from the plane, my food, and then this is me touching down in Tokyo at the international airport. These are the first two people I saw. Praise the Lord for them because that's exactly who I wanted to see when I arrived. They were my navigators through this trip. And so I journaled about that underneath. And then this is a picture of me from immigration. Y'all, let me tell you why this picture looks like this. Because y'all know my pictures don't look like a piece of my face and then a little bit of the background. I don't take pictures like that. But I saw all these signs that said you could not take pictures in immigration. And I did not want to not capture that moment because the line was stupid long. I mean, it was wrapped around multiple rows of just multiple rows of people. Like it looked like everybody wanted to be in Japan at the time. And so this was just me documenting that moment personally. Like I had my phone in my face and I just took that photo. That's why it looks like that. Man, I got back to America and saw everybody had been taking pictures of immigration and of that area. I said, "Oh, I'm up here trying to follow the rules in another country. Listen, because I ain't want them to put me out." So I didn't want them to see me with my phone up, but apparently they not too strict on those rules because I've seen a lot since I've been back home. My whole algorithm is catered to Japan now, and so anyways, that's why that picture looks all off like that. So my first train ride in Japan, y'all, the train was very quiet. I journaled about that at the bottom. People did not talk. And it's not because it was late. It's just because that's the culture there. They just don't do all that. So I had to like talk lower because y'all know I laugh loud, talk loud. Everything about me is loud, proud, and allowed by me. So I just, I was a little tired by then. So I didn't have to worry too much about it. But I took that photo from the train, and then this was the first sight I saw off the train from underground going out into Tokyo. This was the first thing I saw, and I took that picture immediately because I was already in awe. Like I don't even know what that building is, but I was like, wow, that building is very tall, it's very bright, and I'm already inspired. So this was my first sight. And then this was my second site, the clock tower. I captured somebody's wedding. This was the first day, y'all. I captured somebody's wedding on the first day, and I captured 2 more weddings on the last day I was there. You'll see that at the end. I mean, everybody love each other in Japan, so praise the Lord. And so I took some stickers, added them. This background is from a brochure. If you're traveling anywhere, get all the brochures, y'all. Doesn't even matter what it's about. Like I had a brochure about a place that I didn't even go to, because there were pictures in there that would speak to what, you know, what Japan was and the experience for me. Susan, I'm so glad. Wait till I see you, girl. We're going to talk it up. And so this is a photo out my hotel window. Wow. I was inspired by this. This was a beautiful view of Tokyo at night. And then I was FaceTiming my husband, super hyped that I could do it. And so I took a screenshot of him. And moving on to, this opens. So this just has some of the things from the hotel that they gave me. They gave all of us as we checked in. And now we're on day 2. So here's day 2, y'all. My full page is from Ginza. We were at Atoya eating lunch together as a group, and somebody snapped this picture of me because they said I was taking a lot of pictures and they wanted to take one too. So I said sure, and I saw it and I said, "Oh, that's cute." So it became my cover photo. Paula and Kelly made these little cards for us that were for each day they put where we were going in order for each day. So we had about five or six of these cards, and this was extremely helpful because we didn't have to like carry an itinerary around. We just had to take this little card, and then I turned that card into like a index, if you will, of that section. So now you'll know where I went and why I'm referencing these places in this section. So y'all, breakfast at this hotel, I cannot wait to go back and eat breakfast, y'all. This breakfast was amazing. So I wrote about that here, and then also somebody gave me a post-it note of the egg salad sandwich. If you don't know about it, listen, Linda, listen. It is not an American egg salad sandwich. I don't know what they put in those eggs, but those eggs are good as a mug. So, and it's fluffy. It tastes like you're biting into a cloud. Like, I don't know, but all I know is all that food in Japan, and y'all, I couldn't get enough of the egg salad sandwiches. So that got its own little documenting there. And then it rained a bit. That's a picture of me carrying an umbrella, and we went to Starbucks Reserve, journaled about that there. So here we go. Our first location on day 2 was Atoya. If you haven't heard about it, it's a several story, I can't remember, it's like 11 or 12 story like mall that is every floor has stationary or creative focus products. So one might be there was one floor for fountain pens, which I spent a significant amount of time on. That's what you see down here, and I actually bought a pen from there. Didn't know it was not yet released in America until I got back home. But I'm glad I got it there because the price here was crazy. So I got it there for half of what it was selling for here in America once I got back. But this is our whole squad down here at the bottom. It was really nice to eat with them, and so I put a picture of us eating together here on the side, and then right here in the center you see itadakimasu, and that just means let's eat. It's something that Japanese people say often before they eat their food, almost like a prayer. So I put that there, and then this is something from a brochure. I really liked how it looked, and so I added that with some little stickers and put like a little mini itinerary here and a little bit of journaling on the back. And then here is a map of Tokyo, but this was a train map, so it tells you all the train stops and stuff in Japanese. They also had an American version, but of course I'm not putting the American version in my journal. So what I did do though was I marked all the places that we went on this day with a little post-it, and I wrote the name over top of the post-it. So I thought that was cool because we were basically all kind of in the same area, and we walked to these locations. So here is a little baggie I got from Tokyo Hans, and I put the brochure from the store inside because I thought it was cute. It had a lot of kawaii stuff on it. And then here are some photos from Scramble Crossing, which was also on the front of the tin here. I thought that was cute. That was cool. And then behind this, you'll see my brochure I picked up in the Sanrio store. Y'all, listen, let me tell you something about, let me tell you about the Sanrio store. I love Hello Kitty and everything, but I didn't know she had so many friends. There were other little characters in the store, and I said, where did y'all come from? So, anyways, I had a blast in there. And this little pamphlet was so cute that I couldn't figure out how to cut it up. So I just put the whole thing in here with my receipt of what I bought. And all I bought was a little Hello Kitty backpack. And so here are some more photos from that experience. We went and got some gachapon they're little balls, kind of like gumball machines. You put a quarter in, you turn the knob, and you get a little plastic ball with a little toy in it. In Japan, that's a phenomenon, and it's not just a little toy, it's like a whole thing. And you can walk into a building and it's all those machines. And so this is me putting yen inside and getting a few things for my nieces and nephews. This is us eating, finally eating. I didn't even realize I was hungry. You see it's dark outside in the background. Like I just wanted to shop, look at Tokyo and live. And then at some point I said, "Oh gosh, I'm hungry." We all started noticing that we were hungry. So we sat down and ate at a local restaurant spot called Yoshinoya. And it was good. I had Korean fried chicken. And so this is day 3. We went to Sensoji Temple this day, and so that was my featured photo. Here's our itinerary, y'all. This is this is me that morning. I came downstairs and everybody was like, "Are you gonna be comfortable in that?" And I was like, "Absolutely." I got sneakers on, like, yo. So, anyways, I took that. Somebody took that picture of me and I added it. I had some real mochi. And this was the day we got to ride a bus, y'all. So Paula and Kelly rented a bus, and it took us to all the places we needed to go to, primarily because they were a lot farther away. And so this is us sitting on the bus here at the bottom, and then just another little picture of me behind there from that day. So our first stop was the Imperial Palace Gardens. This is us on that's us walking on the gardens. This is a brochure, of course, that I added, and I did some journaling around here. This is a manhole in Japan, so their manholes on the sidewalks are very decorative, colorful, beautiful. So a lot of people take photos of those. And so I made sure, hey Esther, I mentioned you earlier. I was saying earlier, I said I gotta make sure I talk about this because I got some friends that'll come back and watch this and want to take away some ideas. So anyway, you came right on time, Esther, because this is a great one. When you see any manholes on the ground, which is the decorative ways that they cover their water, their underground water holes or whatever you want to call it, they're very decorative. So I always take pictures with my feet in it, which you can barely see in here, but and keep those. And then here is a little taxi. I thought it was cute, so I took a picture from the bus window. And here I'm standing in front of the samurai house where they used to sleep and train, y'all. I thought that was so cool, so I had to get that photo. Felt a little strong in that photo. And then here is just more pictures from Imperial Palace. We did not get to see the actual palace, y'all, because that's not a place that's open to the public. What they do is they open the gardens and the grounds for people to walk around. It's very beautiful. And so what they do have is a small replica of the palace in a room that you can go inside of. So I took a picture of that. And here is that's me in front of a cherry blossom tree, and that's that Hello Kitty book bag I got the day before, y'all. I took a picture of the stamp that I got from the palace and made it smaller because the stamp is bigger than this, and made a little sticker for my journal. So that's another idea. Then we went to Tobichi, which is a store that sells a lot of Hobonichi products. I didn't buy anything there. And then we went to the Kakimori store. I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy much. Let me say that. I bought like little things, but it wasn't anything to really like write home about. I might have bought like a pencil board from Tobichi or something like that. It was just really small things because I was trying to wait on Traveler's Factory and Cute Things from Japan. Those were the two places I was really excited about. So I did a little journaling behind their business card here, and Sean and Noel took this picture of me in the street in Japan. And then next we went to Skytree. This was super cool. We were able to go to 2 different floors that were very high. It's the tallest, let me see, it's not the tallest building, it's the tallest tower in the world. And once you get to the top, you can see all of Tokyo all around. Like there's just nothing but windows all around, and you can observe, take pictures, and just enjoy the view. You usually can see Mount Fuji, but unfortunately last year when we went, it was a little bit cloudy, so we weren't able to see it. No biggie. I saw Tokyo, which was really cool. It still was super cool. This is me taking a selfie with the top of the building, and this is us in the towers. In this little pocket I inserted here, or tipped in, I put my ticket, my receipt, and a postcard I bought from the gift shop. I thought that was cool. Sometimes, y'all, when I go on trips, I buy things for the purpose of journaling. So I knew I wasn't sending anyone this postcard. I looked at this postcard and said, I didn't get to see Mount Fuji, but I want to include that in my journal. So what here in the store can I purchase to add to my journal that can still document what I would have seen? And so that was the purpose behind this purchase. And so I just wanted to share that, because sometimes people walk around and say, oh, I don't need a postcard. Yes, you do if you're a journaler. So get all the things that you think you could use in a journal. Washi tape, little stickers from products. I added that. You'll see some of that in here. So this is, I don't know, I was laughing at that hard, y'all, but I laugh a lot already anyway, so it could have been anything. But I like this picture, so I added that. And then behind it is my McDonald's meal. Y'all, I don't even eat at McDonald's in real life. I have not been to McDonald's in America in years. I had to be like in college or something last time I went. I'm 44 now. But this McDonald's in Japan, y'all, I got the Filet-O-Fish sandwich. Tasted like I was eating real fish. I don't know what they did to that food, but it was so good. We ate that at Skytree. I ate my meal with Blake. She was so fun, so funny, and she looked out for me the whole week. I love that lady so much. And so anyways, this was so I bought this. This is a clip for a journal, but it's Tokyo Skytree, so y'all know I had to buy that, because I just buy clips just to buy them, like right here on my desk. Let me just show y'all this real quick. Got a bunch of clips right here on I just buy clips. I like clips. I don't know why you can only clip one page, one section of a book at a time, but I just like having clips. So I had to get this and add it to my insert. Susan said I found some free. Yes, that's perfect, Susan. Magazines. I had magazines too. And in Japan, they have a lot of mini magazines for tourists that like give information on the attractions and things. Those are perfect to cut pictures out of. What kind of printer do you use? So let's see. These photos, these small photos, were cut from, what is it that I have? Oh, I have an HP Sprocket. It's a small portable one, but it's not the one that you would carry on a trip. So there's a very small one that you can that's very portable, that you can just print from your phone. The one that I have, you can also print from your phone, but it's mid-size and it has a long bed in it. And I have that set up in my home. So what I did was I would put multiple photos on a 4x6 sheet and then cut them down to size to be smaller. So I hope that helps, Susan. I didn't just enable you to buy something. This was the packaging from the clip. And so I like the way it opened like this. So I said, I'll use that in my journal. Look how I did that, y'all. I just covered all the Japanese that talked about the clip. This is a picture of me standing on the glass that shows what it looks like looking down from Skytree. There were a couple of people that would not stand there, but I was like, shoot, if the Lord say it's time, God bless me, I'm going to stand on this little thing because I paid to stand here. So anyways, this is my final little photo with the Tokyo Skytree girl. She was cute. And then next, let me stick that clip back there. We went to Sensoji Temple. Yeah, Susan, you know what? I honestly don't like the super small ones. I feel like the color is just more distorted on those. Now, I don't have the HP version, but I have the Polaroid Zip, the very small one that's portable to carry around, and it doesn't require you to buy external ink. It's created through heat. Your images are created through heat. And I feel like over time, the color started dulling or something, so I just quit with that. Now I use my HP Sprocket at home. So anyways, y'all, these are a bunch of pictures from Sensoji Temple. It was when we got here, y'all, that I really felt like I was in Japan. Not that I didn't feel it in all the other spots that we went to, but the way this temple look, the shape of the building, this large lantern with the Japanese on it. This is what I envisioned before going. And so when we got here, I just went crazy with the photos. So you see a bunch of photos of me with my friends there and just in front of everything. I took pictures in front of everything. I will say when we go back this time, one of my intentions is to take a better picture of the lanterns that were hanging from string. You can see it behind me here, but I really want the full view of how long that stretch of lanterns was. You can't really get that depth from this photo right here that I took, which is a selfie. How do you like the Canon, Susan? I'm just curious. And so when you go to temples and shrines in Japan, you can get something that they call Goshuin, and it is a basically like a blessing that is written in Japanese or stamped on like specialty paper, and then they use the Japanese brush and ink to, you know, write over top of that. And so you can purchase these when you go to temples and shrines throughout the country. And this is the only one I have. Now, the one that you're looking at in my journal right now is a picture of the actual one, because the actual one is too large for the standard size. And also, regardless of your faith, it's considered a sacred thing to the Japanese people. So I didn't want to just put that anywhere. So that is not included, just the photo. And oh, a Canon Ivy. Okay. Last place we went to, you can see here, I got it backwards, y'all. I must have started working on one page and then realized I went out of order. But here, you'll see that we went to the Statue of Liberty there. It was at the Rainbow Bridge, which was cool to see at night. I had no idea that Japan had their own version of the Statue of Liberty. I did learn through my follow-up research that it's smaller than the one in the United States, and that they got it from France. And so I thought it was cool to see, but by the time we got to this part of the day, y'all, I was good and tired. I was fighting to keep my eyes open. We had been at it all day long, and I'm usually good on energy, but I started losing it because this is day 3, y'all. I was going strong. And then we got on that bus, and that bus started riding us around, and I got real sleepy. So I almost didn't get off the bus, but I did get off to get that picture of the Statue of Liberty. I went to the temple in Hawaii. Oh, that's cool. The whole place was pretty. Yes. Oh, black swans. I would love to see that in person, girl. Woo. Yeah, there were people at the Sensoji Temple actively praying and doing their like spiritual practices and stuff. So we had to be kind of careful in how we shared, talked, and took pictures. It almost felt a little wrong to be in there doing all that. It's almost as if like if you were in church and then people come in and start taking pictures of the church. You're just like, what are y'all doing? But it was still a great experience. I guess they're used to it because they look right over us. So all right, y'all, here we are, day 4, Tokyo Disney. Oh my goodness, let me tell y'all about this day. I come downstairs on the elevator to meet the rest of the group. Esther, that's going to be you soon. That's going to be me and you next Thursday. I'm going to come downstairs to meet y'all. I came downstairs dressed like this, okay? Is there anything wrong with this outfit? No, because in my head, we just going to a theme park. I might ride some rides, you know, and you hear how I'm referring to it. We're just going to a theme park, riding some rides. You know, in my head, Disney was not a big thing. I'd never been to Disney World in America. It just wasn't a thing. And I also have a little bit of Disney trauma. I had the opportunity to go when I was young. My mom said no because my sisters couldn't go. And so I was mad indefinitely about that. And so I just had in my head, like, forget Disney. You know, and so when I saw it on the itinerary, I was excited because I was like, oh, that's cool. We're going to go in another country. So I came downstairs dressed like this into a space where everybody else was decked out. Mickey ears, Mickey hairstyles, Mickey t-shirts, shoes. Somebody had matching shoes. I mean, I was like, wait, is this okay to wear? Like, all this week y'all been talking about my clothes, and now I feel like I'm the one that's not dressed well or appropriately. And so anyway, Paula was with me. She had regular clothes on. She's like, no, Queen, it's okay. We're gonna be together because I'm not a super Disney fan either. So, I'm not really I wasn't a Disney fan per se. I didn't get like super excited about Disney World or anything like that because I'd never been. Y'all, I don't know what happened to me this day. Let me just show y'all the pictures, okay? All right, here's some pictures. These are all my receipts. I stapled them inside because I thought they looked nice. Okay. What I did on these 2 pages is I highlighted my top faves from the trip, from this day, from visiting Disney. And I got all this washi tape from Disney anticipating journaling. So I have plenty of Tokyo Disney washi if anybody wants to share or swap or anything like that. But this is Blake and I. This is me in front of the castle. I was a little mesmerized by the castle. I just took pictures all over the place. It was cold that day though. It was a little chilly. And so I was thinking I want to get something else to wear to cover myself. And so I'm going to show y'all how they turned out. So my top highlights was I wasn't ready. I just told you about that. Me coming downstairs and not being dressed like everyone. It was chilly, so I got a hoodie and some ears. Popcorn buckets and milk tea popcorn. Oh my goodness. And then I rode 3 rides and I saw 2 parades. So those were my high level highlights. Okay, here we go, y'all. We got on the first ride, Small World. I'm in awe because I love children. I love cute things. It combined all my loves, color, beauty, everything in one little ride, and it was on water, which I also love water. So listen, I love Small World. I'm actually looking forward to riding that ride again, even though it's might be considered like a kiddie ride. That was like perfect for me. I don't like moving a lot because I get motion sickness. So that was our first one, and I told them in advance, y'all I can't get on a ride that's gonna make my stomach queasy. So everybody talking about they looking out for me, right? Okay, they did good right here. So I got a hoodie because I was still a little chilly. So I got the only thing they had in that whole little area when we were shopping, which is right before you get to the castle, was this. They had like 2 or 3 different looks of hoodies. So I got the one that was black and white with Mickey's face all over it because I was like, I could wear this with other things. So anyway, I also got some ears because it was April, Sexual Assault Awareness Month. I was thinking about teal, so I got the teal sequin ears. And I come out and I feel like, okay, now I look like everybody else. So then we arrived our next ride, which was the Beauty and the Beast ride. It was beautiful. Let me show y'all this real quick. This is Small World ride. And then this is the Beauty and the Beast ride. This one made my stomach a little queasy because them teacups was cupping, okay? They was swirling around. And I was like, y'all, why are we swirling around? I told you I cannot do this. So Shauna Noel laughed at me so hard during that time because I'm looking at her like, girl, I don't know if I'll make it to the end of this thing. But it was very beautiful. And then we also rode the Monsters, Inc. ride, which was my least favorite of the 3. But it was cool. I also never watched Monsters, Inc. So I didn't even know who is this blue guy? Like, I don't even know who these people are. And everybody was like, oh, there's Boo. I was like, Boo, is that the monster? And they were like, no, it's the girl. So I was like, oh, I'm done. I don't know. I probably should have watched cartoons if I came. But anyways, flipping it over here, I kind of journaled a little bit about how the Monsters, Inc. ride shook my head a little too much in the wrong direction and gave me a slight headache. So, but overall, I enjoyed the ride. So I just wanted to show you that I took these pictures as screenshots from videos because I didn't actually take photos on the ride. So just FYI. And then here, I documented just a little bit of us hanging out together. The milk tea popcorn truck. This is my outfit that everybody laughed at. Let me give you a closer look. Shauna Noel saw Paula and I and laughed so hard. She was like, I thought y'all didn't like Disney. And so by the time she saw us again, we were Disneyed out, and she thought that was hilarious. So that's one of her favorite pictures from the trip now. And then I ate Donald Duck's butt and feet. at some store. It was like a soup pasta thing. I thought it was cute how they made it look. And then y'all, we went to the parades. There were two. There was one in the day and one in the evening. The daytime one was called Harmony of Color, and the evening one was called the Electrical Parade. So here is a picture of the very last float with Mickey and Minnie on it, and some of their friends were on the latter part of it. It was very large. All these floats were humongous. I am sitting on the ground looking up at these floats like a child. I feel like I had transformed to a 10-year-old because I was in awe. I was mesmerized, okay? The music was great. Everything was just so beautiful. So I documented this, and then also this is some photos from the Electrical Parade. I just love this float and this one because y'all know carriage coach, that's my ride right there. So, anyways, I captured, I think, the whole parade, both of them, because I was just so inspired by the beauty of it all. And so, y'all, that was my first time ever. So then I'm at the end of the Disney day thinking to myself, I probably should go to Disney in America. So now I'm interested. So anyway, that was Disney Day. Moving on to day 5. I'm so glad that y'all love it. Oh, Lucy and Susan, thank you. It's good to know that adults enjoy Disney. I always thought that it was a children's thing, which is why I kind of went dressed like normal. Because I was like, oh, this is for kids. We just like kind of going. No, there were adults out there having the time of their lives, and that's going to be me next week. So, next for day 6, this was our Travelers Factory day. So here is the day where I'm getting ready to spend some money. And we also went to Cute Things from Japan. Those were the places I was waiting for. Like, I was saving my yens for this day. I ain't spent no money all these other days. I think I bought my Tokyo Skytree pictures and stuff like that. But I saved my money. I had so much money to spend in them 2 places that I just went in on the washi tape, the traveler's notebook, inserts, everything I wanted. I picked up and threw it in a basket. So I love your stickers for the dates. Thank you, Esther. They are actually from my Patreon for my journaling subscription. They get those for the whole year. And because I didn't journal in my journal those days, I said I might as well add the date stickers to my journaling for the trip. Because I wasn't going to go back, and this is the journaling for those days, and I didn't want to do double duty, so I just put the stickers in here. So anyways, we went to Starbucks Reserve there. Here's another breakfast from that hotel that I absolutely love. Y'all, let me tell you something. People talk so much about food in Japan. All I wanted was breakfast at the hotel and egg salad sandwiches. That was it. I wanted to try ramen. Once I tried the ramen, I wanted to eat that every day. So it was only like 3 or 4 meals I was rotating between, and I ate just enough to keep me satisfied for a couple of hours of walking around and buying stuff. I ain't want nothing to interrupt my shopping experience. And so, rumbling in my tumbler, you chew a piece of gum. We not stopping to eat. Like, we got shopping to do. So, anyways, I think this time I'll probably put a little bit more effort into enjoying some of the food because I've already shopped at these places. But, yeah, that was my thinking last year. So, this is us. This is me in the station, posing with friends. This is us traveling by train to Cute Things from Japan. So, these are the store owners. And a lot of these stickers around are from Eric, Small Things Eric, and she sold a lot of that stuff. So I just included that on her page because I bought all that from her store. And then I included my receipt. I spent a lot of yen in there. Don't try to calculate this, y'all. I spent 62,000 yen in that store. It is not $62,000, but it was still a lot. I basically paid that lady bills that day. And I was not mad about it because I came home with so many beautiful things out this store. And when I tell you it was so many, for that many yen, I got so many things. I had bags on bags on bags of stuff because the things were so inexpensive. So then we went to Starbucks Reserve. Paula reserved the outside balcony for our group. And so we walked through the Maguro River Beautiful scene because all we saw were cherry blossoms lined along the river. And then once we got to Starbucks Reserve, we had lunch together. This is the outside of the building here. And then this is us on the balcony at the top here. And then this is what I ordered. I got a Sakura cream latte. It was a seasonal drink. And then I don't remember what that Danish was, but it was good. Everything was good. This is me drinking the latte. And this was a sticker that I purchased at the store and included. I thought I was going to actually put it in the journal, but it just made sense because I didn't want to cover it. All right, y'all. So here is our trip to Travelers Factory, another place I was waiting on. This is our crew outside the building taking a photo together. And then I made it flip out to show you some of the pictures that I took inside the building. It looked so cool. It was like antique. It was unique, eccentric, all that in one. And so I took one of the tags from one of the products and put it in the center of all 4 photos with a Brad. And then journaled a little bit here. All the stuff that you see around here, a lot of it is just stuff I cut out of some of the Travelers Factory like the journal that they give you or the little newsletter. My receipt is here. I had some stickers that look like TNs. I cut this out of that same brochure, and so it really made the page look good to have that newsletter and then use it later to cut up. Now I will say you might want to grab 2 because that is something that people like to keep, and so I definitely had 1 to cut and 1 to keep. And then here is a product tag from something I bought from this store because I definitely got plenty. And it closed and opened already, so I just put 2 pictures inside. So these 2 photos are from the Travelers Factory store in Tokyo Station, and this is from the flagship store. So I've captured both Travelers stores on one spread. And then while we were at Tokyo Station, we also went to Character Street, which is where they sell all their cute kawaii things. Every character you can think of except Hello Kitty. I was looking for Hello Kitty. There was no store there featuring her, but they had everybody. So the character that I focused on and fell in love with was Rilakkuma, and that's this bear. I'm glad that I fell in love with the bear. I got to kiss the bear. It was Big Bear on the wall. And I bought some things from the store. I didn't know who this was, but I thought he was cute, so I bought him. And then we went back to the hotel. That was technically the end of the day, but Paula, Kelly, and a couple of others and I wanted to eat some ramen, so we went out late at night to find a ramen spot that was still open. So we found this place right here, and oh my gosh, we stood outside in line so long and it was so cold and my feet were throbbing from walking all day. So I was at the point of saying, you know what, I'm just gonna go back to the hotel. I'm a little bit tired and my feet are like cussing me out right now. But I hung in there because I really wanted to try ramen from Japan, and I'm so glad I did because this bowl of noodles right here, y'all, whoo chill, whoo. Woo, that little piece of pork they put in there, y'all. I just don't know. I know I sound real country right now. It comes out when I get excited. But man, I don't know what they put in their food. Oh, it was so good. So anyway, I journaled about that. And then this is our last day in Tokyo. But this was the day we were supposed to travel back home. What happened was we got up. Paula said, y'all want to just go out and about since we got a little bit of time until you have to, leave for your flights. We were like, yeah, I want to see as much of Tokyo or Japan as I can while I'm here. So we walked to Tokyo Station, which was gorgeous on the outside, very long, very beautiful. So glad that we took that trip. And then along the way, I just took random pictures of different buildings in the area because the architecture there is just phenomenal, and the buildings were so tall. I was just mesmerized, and so I wanted to capture that as much as I could on this last day. And so these are just a collection of those photos. And then I took pictures of street signs. Side note, Esther, you should do that. Like, have a plan before you go of things that you want to capture. Because sometimes you get back home and you see all these reels, and then you think to yourself, oh, I should have did that. So it's not too late, because you can always still like make this list on the plane. But I took pictures of buildings. I took pictures of manholes, which I showed you a couple days back. And I also took pictures of street signs. They are very popular in Japan because people like how they look in general. So, and then, what is this? This is just pictures of the streets in general that I took. And here are the 2 weddings I captured on the last day, y'all. I just got everybody to get married. They should have just paid me for photography, real talk. Like, I'll be like, you ain't got to pay that photographer. I got you, girl. So, anyway, some final photos. And then here, this says Dinky Night, and it basically means I can't do it. And so I couldn't do it with these 2. They got my phone at some point. I don't even know when, because I felt like I was glued to my phone, but I must have put it down for a moment. And they took all these photos of themselves on my phone. And this was my favorite. And Paula's going to hate me for sharing this in this video, but she shouldn't have done it. So she pretended picking her nose here, and I definitely printed that picture and put it in. So, this was from the hotel. This was the outside. This was the elevator. And this was one of the snacks that I really enjoyed there. And then, oh, we had to leave. So here was our Uber ride. Oh my gosh, it was fabulous. It was a fabulous ride. And then I got to the airport, y'all. Your luggage was only supposed to be 23, I don't know if it's pounds or whatever. Whatever it's supposed to be, it was supposed to stop at 23. She put my thing on that little weight, and it came up 23.5, and I looked at her like, I'm not paying y'all no $75 or 100, whatever it was, for overage of 0.5. Like, we gonna put some, I should have put more in this bag if I'm gonna pay that. She let me slide. Y'all, I don't know that lady, but I said a prayer for her. I said, Lord, bless her with the desires of her heart and lead her to you, because, Lord, have mercy on my soul. I did not want to pay that fee for no 0.5. So she let me slide. And while I was at the airport, I had a bit of time to wait before my flight actually took off. So I got one final bowl of ramen, killed it. Ramen's good everywhere in Japan. The airport, the street, markets, doesn't matter. They all make it right. And then I got some sushi to go on the plane. And so my final photo is my bowl of ramen from the airport. And then the last thing I did here in this documenting is I did a Japan alphabet. So what I did was, while I was on the plane coming back to America, I thought about my experiences and linked the letters of the alphabet to different words that would help me remember parts of the trip. So you can see here, I taught everybody how to say thank you on the trip. Everybody was walking around saying arigato gozaimasu. So I put that for A. I put breakfast bento for B, C, chopsticks, D, Disney, E, egg salad sandwich, F, fruit breakfast sandwich, G, gashabon, H, high chews. Y'all, we was killing high chews that whole week. They had so many flavors. I was for Atoya, J for jet lag, K, kitty, Hello Kitty, L for lanterns, M for Mickey ears, N for name stamp. I did get a name stamp. It didn't make a perfect impression, so I didn't really use it in here, but I probably should just make whatever impression I can, because I did get it from there. I still have it. O was for outside, because that's where we were most of the time. P for Pasmo card, and I just want to show you real quick. I still have my Pasmo card. It's in the back. So Paula made us name tags so we could get to know each other, and then she gave us our cards. This card basically allowed us to travel on the train. She would load it with the funds we needed to, you just kind of drop it and it takes the money off for your ride. I loved it also because it had Sanrio characters on there. So of course I was keeping that card, and it was perfect. Just slide it in this little pocket back here. And on this side I have Q for quiet trains, R for ramen, S Sakura, T for toilets. Y'all, let me tell you about the toilets, because I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy. The toilets are phenomenal. I can't wait to sit on the toilet. But let me tell you why. They heat up when you sit on them automatically. Like they're just cool, and then they spray your butt clean. And like Japanese toilets are top notch. There's nothing like it in America that I have experienced. And when you wake up in the middle of the night and it's just a little chilly and you sit your butt on that warm toilet, listen, ain't nothing like it. So I had to remember the toilets. I'm gonna take a picture of the toilet next time I go. U was for umbrella because we needed them. We needed our umbrella while there. Plus, one of the ladies who was kind of guiding us as we were walking through the Magura River, she used an umbrella. She held it up high. It was pink. It was Alice. Her name is Alice. So that we could find her if we were like if we fell back, because it was a crowd of people walking along this river. And then for V, I put voyage. W walking, Y for yin. I put S in parentheses because you're not supposed to say yins, but I was saying yins. Everybody thought it was funny, so I added the S in parentheses just so you would know that it does not really belong there. And then for X, I put San X. So that's a like kind of like a branch of Sanrio, but they're not Hello Kitty people. They're like Hello Kitty cousins or something. I don't know how to explain that. So I put San X so I could remember that, and then Z for Zen. And that was my Japanese alphabet. I did prep this page, but I never completed it. This was just some final thoughts that I wanted to write about the trip. Yes. Oh my gosh. Listen, Esther, the toilet. And then this last full page photo is me standing in front of one of their vending machines. They are very popular in Japan. Also, there are hundreds of them everywhere, and they sell everything. So if you're on the go, you can eat, drink, get socks, maybe even a pair of shoes. I don't know, but they sell everything out of these, and they're very popular. And you could use your Pasmo card to purchase things from the machine. So I got somebody to take a picture of me standing in front of them because they're very popular there, as you can see from the sticker right here. And that's it, y'all. That was my trip. That was my trip in 6 days. All of these pages. I hope that you enjoyed this little flip through because I definitely enjoyed putting this together. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of printing. It was a lot of cutting. But when I tell, let me just say this before I go. For my friends who are like trying to figure out how am I going to tackle this after this trip, and whether you're going to Japan, Switzerland, wherever you're going, these are just a couple of things I'm going to say quickly that might help you. First, if you can, and this is a strong if, purchase one of these from Traveler's Factory. So this is, I don't know what it's called. Let me see if the name of it is, oh, here it is. It's a spiral ring notebook from Traveler's Factory. And so I took this with me, and what I did was I put all the stuff I collected, I pre-prepped this book this time. Before, I just was sliding the stuff in here. I think I had it categorized as like tickets, labels, brochures, stuff like that. But this time I wanted to do it by day because that's how I journal. And so anything I captured or picked up, a sticker, a stamp, a brochure, a receipt, anything, I just stick it in that pocket for that day. And then the next day, I repeat until the trip ends. This book was really thick by the time I brought it home, and I got it all the way down to this. So I can show you this last pocket is what I have remaining of all the things that I collected. But that's all that's in here, and I left it just in case, you know, when I go back, if some of the other ladies would like a sticker out of there or something, I don't know, I'll share, or if I journal on the go, I'll use them. But anyways, it doesn't come with Japan in the front. This was a postcard from Simply Gilded, and I use it as a cover decoration, and just like kind of taped it inside this clear cover that it came in. But essentially, this helped me organize my days so that I could journal easier. And you can see I already got some things in here. So like this is a postcard that reminds me of Disney. I put this on the Disney day. And then we're going to Mount Fuji on day 7. So I already put some stickers that I have of Mount Fuji in that pocket. So real simple, y'all. Real simple. For organization purposes. Another thing I'm gonna tell you is pick up everything that's free. Everything. Brochure, receipt, a tag. Like they got stuff all over Japan, specifically. And I know other countries too. I've also been to Switzerland, which is why I mentioned that. And I pick up that stuff, and you can use that stuff in your journaling later. So, like, I'll show you. I have a main travel journal too, y'all. This is just for Tokyo, but I have a main one, and I just want to show you real quick. Hold tight. So, like, let me see. On this page, I still have my train tickets from going to the United Kingdom. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Like, I just kept little things. I bought that sticker there. Let's see. A lot of this stuff I printed. This is going to be my Japan section that has not been done yet because I spent all that time doing the insert. But essentially, when you pick those things up, you can break them down, cut them down into what you need them for in your journaling. So don't be afraid to get it if it's free. Sometimes I think we think as foreigners, like, oh, I don't want to take too much. No, take it all. They like when we take that stuff. Oh, that's nice. I use Ziploc bags for things. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Lucy. Especially if you use a larger size Ziploc bags, you can maybe fit some of those larger things. I got an entire newspaper from Japan, and I use that actually in the background of my tabs. So you can see here there's a lot of Japanese writing in the background. Just pick that newspaper was free. I took the whole paper, and it was thick, just like an American newspaper. What's another tip I could give you? Let's see. Good to know there are paper things. Yeah, it's a lot of digital things, Susan, but they do have a lot available because of the difficulty of knowing the language for foreigners, and so they also have. Thank you for saying that, Susan. They also usually have their brochures in English and in Japanese. I always got one of both because I wanted to know without using like my phone I wanted to know what I was gluing inside my book. So like for example, the page that said Ginza real large, I had the Japanese version of that. And here it is. So this says Ginza. And I cut this out actually. There was something else above there. And this said Ginza in English. So it just made it more simple to have both copies. If you're trying to title a page or something like that, you can look at the English version and cut that out of the Japanese version. This train map, I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but it just became a marker and a thing in my journal as well. Take a book bag. If you don't have it already, take a book bag, and not just a book bag, but a book bag with comfortable straps. Thin straps or uncomfortable straps, like straps with the little clasp on it, after a couple of hours could cause your back to be a bit achy. So I like those. If you've ever had an LL Bean, those kind of straps, they're very cushioned and thick. That will last you longer than some of the more stylish book bags. The one I had last year had leather straps, and that did me well, but by day 3 or 4, like my shoulders could feel. And then you putting this on again. So I think that it will be great to make sure that you got something to carry all those things in, because you're going to have a lot of stuff that you're picking up. Also, take with you, I know people often say, I'm speaking specifically about Japan, sorry y'all. People often say, I'm going to buy something to put my stamps in when I get there. But if you wait until you get there, then you might miss some of the stamps that you could get when you arrive. So I am suggesting that you arrive with something so that you can get those stamps at the airport and any other places along the way that you might encounter. Trying to find, okay, so here is what I am putting my stamps in. I bought this from Rainbow Holic. It's an actual stamp book. And then also, I have a regular traveler's notebook insert. This is standard size. I picked it because it says stamp note, but you can stamp in this when you get there until you buy, whatever you're looking for. You don't want to miss out on those opportunities by waiting. And can't think of anything else at the moment. But I'm ready for this trip. I'm leaving out at 4 o'clock in the morning for my flight. And I'm excited. So for all of you who are going, I can't wait to meet you. And also my outfits, I can't wait. I can't wait to wear my outfits. And then also, I look forward to seeing and hearing about the ideas that people have about doing their own documenting. Because I got to figure out how to make this a little bit different next year. Or for this year. So anyways, I love y'all. Thank you so much for joining for this whole hour and some change. And if you have any questions and you're watching a replay, feel free to drop those in the chat. Until 2 weeks from now, I will see y'all later. Oh my gosh, you too, Susan. Thank you so much. Esther, I will see you soon. Lucy, I love you, girl. Thank you for watching. I will, if I missed you, it's just because I didn't see you in the chat. But I appreciate you being here. Bye, y'all.